Well, that's weird.
There's a Christmas tree blocking my driveway. I can't get out. What's up, everybody? Russ with RWG Research here. So here we are at part 2. It's a little windy. Sorry about the wind. We're here at part 2. I'm going to show you in this video how it is to live with a Leaf with basically 3 bars. So that's about 3.5 kilowatt hour max. It's really about 3 kilowatt hour. I drove it to work for months like that. Don't ask about this. Anyway, so that's what this video is about, and then the next video in part 3 we're going to be going and diving into that car. So before I start this, I wanted to tell you one thing pretty interesting about driving really slow. There are people out there who will just follow you no matter the speed. If you're going 10 over, they'll follow you. If you're going 10 under, they'll follow you. They just have nowhere to go. They're just following the traffic. And then there's a lot of people who just act crazy and drive around you on a double yellow because you are going the actual speed limit. That happens a lot too, but it was weird. It was weird to see people just follow you even if you were going slow or fast. And there's like 3 lanes of traffic and they'll still follow you. It's like they have no sheeple. I was like, I can say a sheeple. Thank God I'm not a sheeple. I definitely typically never follow people. I take my own road, baby. So anyway, let's get into this here. Alright, boys and girls, I wanted to show you the modifications that I've made to this car since I've owned it. Since I've owned it. One of those modifications is the cam bridge. So right here, there's a wiring harness. Oh, nice sunlight coming in. Right here, there's a wiring harness. And what I have done is taken my CAN module, put it right here. So as you can see, can we see? See, we can see the colors. So we got blue going in here to one of the CAN, green going to the CAN. Same thing here, blue and green coming out of the CAN. These wires run up to the OBD, is the easiest place to get power. And basically, I've just split the harness, so easy. I put a connector like this on here for a very specific purpose, which is that if I wanted to take it out, I have a jumper made for that. So I just literally jump it out. But that just hides right behind this little panel right here. So that's the modification for the CAN bridge. It's pretty straightforward and easy. The other thing I did to this car was took the head unit out. Me and the kids took the head unit out, and I wired in to the left and right channels wires all the way back to the trunk, which you probably won't be able to see. But behind here we have those wires, and they run to this old school crossover network. And then I've got those plugged into an amp, which we installed in here. And we got our specialty JBL. This is a sound bar, but we rewired this plug, took all the electronics out. This is actually the speaker wire. So it gets connected over to here. And the reason I have it plugged in like this so I can take it out when I need room in the trunk. So all those wires run back here. The right subwoofer channel is right there. The amplifier we got in here is like 100, it's a class D 180 watt or something like that. So only pumping like 30 watts, 40 watts into this guy. However, the other thing we did was replace all the speakers. So we put JBL speakers in here, all 4 doors, tied it into the dash. We left the tweeters, which sound terrible. But those are the modifications we've made to this car. Can we do anything else?
I like turtles.
He likes turtles. Turtles, what kind?
Just turtles.
That's fair. Anyway, my specialty Tony Hawk board I bought at the dollar store for $8 or something. Goodwill, yeah. So, well, yeah, the Goodwill. So, what are these wires going to do? Oh, modifications. Anyway, that's basically what we've done back here. The power I'm using for the amplifier is actually the cigarette lighter. The cigarette lighter has like a 10 amp fuse hooked to it. So I ran from there, we wired a whole bundle back to here, and that's what's actually running the crossover network and the amplifier, which is under there. I'll see if I can find some pictures of that to show you, but those are the mods. But the most important one to make the battery talk to the system is the CAN bridge installed here. So other than that, this car's been really reliable. The only problem I've had is under here is the axle is mounted onto the hub, and apparently you have to grease those up because there's a recall where they have a problem. They pop, 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 pop. So I did that, and it hasn't made a noise since. So we're good. So yeah, that's the only modifications to this car that I can think of. Other than that, it's just been a good, reliable little car. What else? Nothing? You got nothing. It's a nice day today. I'm gonna come out here and take my jacket off, take this battery apart, and put the CAN bridge inside this battery, so I don't have to modify the car harness in case I want to sell it later. One more modification I forgot to mention. I did replace these. I bought some Amazon specials and replaced those.
Found an old bottle rocket.
I might even take the ones off here and put them on here. But other than that, that was the only other thing I had to fix. Get into this. Here's the experience of driving the gifted Nissan Leaf with a completely shot battery. Alright, here we are. Got my phone pulled up here. Car is off, okay? Just unplugged it. Gonna turn it on. This is the first thing I get. Battery level low. Okay, did I charge it? Did I forget to charge it? I'll hit the button for exit. Oh no, it's at 100%. You can tell by the little bars over here. This is what happens every day I get in the car. It usually gives me a low power output warning too. That's indicated by the bubbles here on the right. The bubbles on the left are actually regen. The bubbles on the right are power output. So you can see I've only got about half of what I'm supposed to. So normally it'll yell at me, and then halfway to where I'm going, or less, it'll be like, hey, you want to find a charger? Your battery's almost dead. So, yeah, you know, it's supposedly at 96.8% stated charge, 3.6 kilowatt, but this number really only runs up to about 2.5 to 3 before it's dead. So we got about 3. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. And this is my daily experience. I'm going to have to try to get to work right now. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, over 5:38 right now, which is 10 minutes early because I set my clocks early. So it's 5:28 right now. So yeah, it says I have 18 miles. I really don't. But yeah, technically 3 bars on the battery. The red ones don't change. That's pretty bad. 91,000 miles on this rig. I just thought it was funny. First thing that happens when you turn the car on, your battery's low. And it always freaks me out, but at the same time, yeah, it's actually fully charged. It's cool though. It only takes like half an hour to charge at 500 kilowatt, or 5 kilowatt. Okay, so I've made it exactly 1.2 miles. Doing good. 4 kilowatts per mile. Wow, I get pretty high. So look, there it is. Motor power limited, and I got my little turtle indicator on up there. So this is my daily experience. I'm going 27 miles an hour. It's 44 degrees outside. I have no heat, but I do have heated steering wheels and heated seats, which is what those 2 little lights are. So like right now, I'll just throw this thing into neutral. Boom, and now we're rolling, baby. Going 33. We're gonna roll all the way up to that stop sign, way up there. Motor power limited. I'm gonna exit that. So I've driven 2 miles now, 1.9, and my battery's showing that I used 11%. So look at that, we're rolling. We're gonna go roll all the way up to this stop sign. This is my daily drive. Now, on the way to work, I gained about 400 foot of elevation, which doesn't sound like much, but it's actually, there's a lot of just very gentle downhill, and it works pretty well. But the problem is, on the way home, it's all uphill, and there's a lot more traffic, so everyone's really mad at me when I'm driving this slow. But I can get I mean, I have gotten up to 12 miles per kilowatt hour playing around with basically driving like this, throwing it into neutral, letting it roll. But yeah, nice and gentle. Get it up to about 35, 34 right here. Okay, throw it into neutral. Alright, you just slam the stick over and you throw it in neutral and then just roll all the way up to the stop sign. The regen only has one bubble, so it doesn't regen very well. So you can throw it into drive and it'll start to regen to slow you down, but it doesn't give you much. But yeah, this is my daily experience for the last month and a half or more. So throw it into drive and you can see little bubble on regen will come on, and we're slowing down. Come up to this stop sign. We'll do the same thing. We'll coast all the way to the next stop sign. Anyway, just thought you guys would like that. This has been my daily experience. It's pretty bad. As long as I can get 4 kilowatt hour or 4 miles per kilowatt hour, I know I can make it to work and to home. So I just gotta be real gentle with my throttle. Really, really gentle. Look at that one, 2.5 miles, I'm down to 84% of my battery. And then when this thing says 16 miles, it's totally wrong. I can get maybe 13 to 14 maximum. But yeah, like this part of the road, this is hilarious. So I'll get going faster on this section of the road, and then I'll throw this thing into neutral right now. Boom, I'm in neutral, and I'm gonna let it roll up and over this hill. Once I get to the top of the hill, I'll throw it into drive and regen the rest of the way down, because don't forget, every time I'm regenning, I am gaining some power. So right now there's a stop sign right at the bottom of this hill, so I'm gonna throw it into regen. Now I'm pulling power back in. You can see by my little app too, very tiny amount. Yeah, I was going too fast over the hill that time. But usually I can time it just right to get to the stop sign perfectly at a stop without using brakes. Nobody's behind me. Fantastic. Alright, anyway, that's enough about my experience with this car as it is in this terrible state. Good job, runner. Nice work. That'd be me right now, but I run in the evenings. So, yeah, I just want to share my experience with you on this car. I have about 12 miles to drive. Close to 12 miles to drive. And, you know, it gets worrisome when you get halfway to work and the battery indicator shows you that your battery's so low you need to find a charging station immediately. But what's really funny is I literally leave the house with less power than the average power consumption use case. So generally I get like 3.1 to 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour, depending on how my driving style is and if I'm running the heat or the AC. So when you turn the heat on this car, you use the heat pump. So the AC runs to get the heat pump working to actually create the heat. That's how this works. So that consumes like anywhere from 500 watts up to 3,000 watts, depending on like if it's already running or if it's cool outside or what. It really depends. So that burns a lot of power. I cannot use and have not used the heat for the last month and a half on the way to work. It's 44 outside right now. It does get down to, you know, 35 lately. It's been a mild winter, thank goodness. But yeah, it's just been an experience, okay? It's just been a very interesting experience. Driving a Leaf with literally 3 bars that has less than 3 kilowatt hour of usable power in the battery has been a very interesting thing. So I'll drive all the way to work. Thank goodness I'm able to plug it in there. I'll charge it up fully, which takes literally like an hour because it doesn't have any battery to charge. And then I have to go even slower, even more careful on the way home because I'm going uphill. So thank goodness I got a car. Should be showing up 2025. We're going to try to take the battery out of it and see if we can get it to function in this car. Whether I got to take the individual cells out and replace them, or if I'm able to take the whole pack out and get the serial numbers get the serial numbers working together so that I can use this thing. So like right now I'm going downhill, and I got a green light. So I can either chance it, or I can just let off the pedal and coast to the light, because the light will change red by the time I get there. They're short lights. I think I'm just going to coast down the hill. Get some regen power, because I usually try to make this light and I have to slam on my brakes. Bad thing is I got a bunch of traffic behind me. They're going to have to go around me. Go around me, everyone. Go around me, everyone. I'm going slow. Yay, go around me, everyone. Go around me. Oh, am I going to make this light? I am going to make this light. See, this is the problem. Should I have went faster and kept my speed? I don't know. It's a very difficult, tricky one. Go around me, everyone. Alright, so I'm going to throw this thing into cruise at 45, and hopefully we hit these lights up here and we can get this thing to steady out. So I'm at 6 miles per kilowatt hour right now. I'm consuming 5,200 cruising at 45 downhill. Very mild downhill, but it is a downhill. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just really wanted to document my experience. I'm going 45 right now. It's actually really fast. On the way home, if I went 45 on this road, I would get like 2.9 miles per kilowatt hour. I would make it halfway home, literally. So I go home a different way on the side streets through the school zones on purpose, so I can drive slower and no one gets mad at me for driving slow. I try to always drive on roads that have at least 2 lanes also, so that I gotta put cancel on there for that region. See if we can get, oh, there's a copper. I'm over here filming. I think I was going the speed limit. Come on, green light, green light, green light, green light, green light, green light. Please give me a green light. No. Come on, I want to keep rolling. Oh, that's red, yellow, green. So I gotta always try to just keep my rolling speed. So slower is faster, smoother is faster. All right, well, since there's a cop literally following me, I'm gonna put my phone down so I don't get in trouble. All right, peace out, God bless. That's my experience. One day at a time. I'm still making it to work, so hopefully we can get this battery replaced. It's gonna be an experience, let me tell you. 33 gids, driven 5.6 miles. See ya. All right, there it is. Very low battery. You want to search for a charging station? Look, I literally have 57% left on my thing, and it says I have a very low battery. We're at 9.9 miles, 7 miles per kilowatt hour. I'll let you know what it looks like when I get to work. I just thought I'd show you the message. There it is. 57%. Your battery's low. Charge it. All right, here we are. We made it. 7.2 miles per kilowatt hour. The cool thing is I made them paint my name on the parking spot so that I could plug my car in when I got here every day, which I find hilarious. Alright, so we made it. Whoops, I forgot to put it in park and stuff. We made it. We were at 50. Oh yeah, turn the car on, the battery as well. 53% battery, which is actually really great, but realistically it's like literally I've used
battery charge.
No. I know. Don't stop yelling at me. My car always yells at me. So I made it here with 7.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I drove 11.2 miles. Took me 25 minutes. And there's some other information. So it is, the battery is not hot, which is a problem. It's cold. Stupid siren over there at the neighbors goes off for fun. They mounted it to the building to scare people away. So 1.6 kilowatt hours left. Now I drove downhill at 7.2 miles per kilowatt hour. When I go home, I get somewhere between 4 and 5 miles per kilowatt hour because I have to drive uphill and everyone's pushing me. The traffic's always pushing me. So I find it pretty interesting, the fact that I have to make it home with about twice as much efficiency to be able to actually get home. It's scary every day. So I'm going to plug this thing in. Got me a little extension cord plugged in out here. You might be able to see it. And yeah, that's my daily experience. So I actually already recorded a clip of me driving home right at the end. I'll just post that here. That was yesterday's drive. So here we go. All right. It's the end of the day. It says I got 31%, but it says I got 0.8 kilowatt hours left to get home. 4.4 kilowatt hour 4.4 miles per kilowatt hour of battery. I am approximately a mile, because it's about 10.2 miles, something like that, to get to the house. So I think we're gonna make it home today, but the wind was blowing today, and I had to take it real easy, nice and gentle today. Real nice and gentle. So when I get to the actual driveway, I'll show you how much power I got left. At 0.5 kilowatt hour, between 0.3 and 0.5 kilowatt hour, it will go into turtle mode. So I think I'll make it home today without turtle mode, which is great. But yeah, this is always a challenge. Getting home. I don't know if you can see the trees blowing, but the wind's blowing straight at me at like 20 miles an hour, which means I'm really driving 20 miles an hour faster than what I'm actually going, which is where I really get my energy totally consumed. I must have driven pretty slow, because this is actually really, really good as far as the speed. I mean, what's left in my battery. All right, I put it in park. Here's what we got. 32-minute drive, 11.2 miles, 4.6 miles per kilowatt hour. 0.6 of a kilowatt left. It's not in turtle mode yet, but look, 27%. 0.6. That's so funny. So just over half a kilowatt hour left in the pack. And, yep, I made it to the house. So see, things warmed up. Now you can see all the bubbles are actually full here, but still only get one regen bubble because I can't put more power back into the car than about 5 kilowatt. Just won't take it. It doesn't like it. Anyway, that's my daily experience of driving. It is very stressful to get back home, but we got a fix for that. I hope.